If your anxiety waits until the lights go out, you're not imagining it. Nighttime has a way of turning small worries into loud, looping thoughts. And the frustrating part is that you can feel tired, safe, and still wired. In this video, you'll learn what commonly causes nighttime anxiety and how to interrupt the cycle without forcing sleep. We'll start with the core pattern. Your brain links bed with threat, so it keeps scanning for problems. Then we'll talk about what fuels that pattern: stress chemistry, habits, sleep pressure, and even your breathing. The goal isn't to win against your mind. It's to teach your nervous system that night is not an emergency. You'll leave with a simple framework you can practice tonight, plus a few longer-term changes that make nights easier over time. Let's begin with the cycle itself, because once you can name it, you can change it. Moving to slide 2. Nighttime anxiety often runs on a simple loop. You notice a sensation or thought, you interpret it as a problem, and then you start monitoring yourself. Maybe it's a fast heartbeat, a tight chest, or the thought, what if I can't sleep? That monitoring raises arousal, and arousal makes sleep harder. Then the brain learns that bed equals struggle. Over time, your pillow becomes a cue for alertness, not rest. This is why trying harder can backfire. Effort signals danger. It tells the brain, something is wrong, stay awake. Another piece is uncertainty. At night you can't fix everything, call anyone, or take action. So the mind tries to solve problems with rumination, which feels productive, but rarely leads to closure. The key takeaway is that nighttime anxiety isn't random. It's a conditioned pattern plus a stressed nervous system. And conditioned patterns can be retrained with consistent signals of safety. Moving to slide 3. One major cause is stress hormones arriving at the wrong time. When you're under chronic stress, your cortisol rhythm can shift. Cortisol is a natural alertness hormone, and it's supposed to be higher in the morning and lower at night. But if your days are packed with pressure, your body may stay on standby into the evening. Then you finally lie down, and your system has space to feel everything it postponed. This can show up as a second wind, restlessness, or a sudden flood of thoughts. It's not weakness. It's physiology. Another driver is adrenaline from worry. Even if the worry is about something abstract, the body responds as if it's a real threat. That means faster pulse, lighter sleep, and more startle. The practical move here is to stop treating nighttime anxiety as a nighttime problem only. The way you pace your day, decompress in the evening, and transition into bed all shape your nighttime baseline. Moving to slide 4. Another common cause is what I'll call unfinished mental tabs. During the day, you can distract yourself with tasks, messages, and noise. At night, the brain finally has quiet, so it pulls up everything unresolved. That can be practical, like bills or deadlines, or emotional, like a difficult conversation you replay. The mind's intention is protection. Don't forget this important thing. But the method is brutal, because it uses alarm. A helpful reframe is this: your brain is not trying to torture you. It's trying to prevent future pain with rehearsal. The way out is to give your brain a container before bed. That might be a short worry list, a plan for tomorrow, or a not now note to yourself. You're not solving your whole life at 11 p.m. You're proving to your brain that the issue is recorded and will be handled in daylight. That reduces the need for rumination to stay on duty. Moving to slide 5. Sleep itself can become the threat. This is called performance anxiety around sleep, and it's incredibly common. You start tracking the clock, counting hours, and calculating consequences. If I don't fall asleep in 10 minutes, tomorrow is ruined. That thought triggers pressure. Pressure triggers arousal, and arousal blocks the very thing you're trying to do. The fix is counterintuitive. Shift the goal from fall asleep to rest and recover. Rest still helps your brain, even if sleep is lighter. Also, stop negotiating with the clock. If you catch yourself time-checking, treat it like a cue to return to one simple anchor, like the feeling of your breath or the weight of the blanket. Another tool is to normalize wake-ups. Most people wake briefly at night. The difference is that anxious brains interpret waking as failure. Instead, practice the phrase, "This is a normal wake-up. My job is to stay calm." Moving to slide 6. Your body can also trigger nighttime anxiety through breathing and carbon dioxide sensitivity. When you're anxious, you may breathe a little faster or shallower without noticing. That can lower carbon dioxide too much, which can create dizziness, tingling, or a sense of air hunger. Then the mind labels it as danger, and the loop escalates. You don't need fancy techniques here. You need a gentle signal of safety. Try slowing the exhale slightly, because longer exhales tend to support the calming branch of the nervous system. Keep it subtle. Big forced breaths can feel like effort and backfire. Another factor is muscle tension. If your jaw, shoulders, or stomach stay braced, your brain reads that as we're still on guard. A quick body scan can help, but keep it simple. Unclench the jaw, drop the tongue, soften the belly, and let the bed hold your weight. You're teaching your body the posture of safety. Moving to slide 7, let's talk about the environment and habits that quietly prime anxiety. Caffeine can linger longer than people expect, especially if you're sensitive or under stress. Alcohol can make you sleepy at first, but it often fragments sleep and increases early morning wake-ups. Heavy meals late can raise body temperature and reflux risk, which can mimic anxiety sensations. Bright light at night, especially overhead, can also keep your brain in daytime mode. None of this means you need a perfect routine. It means you should run small experiments. If nighttime anxiety is a big issue, try moving caffeine earlier, keeping evening light warmer and dimmer, and leaving a buffer between dinner and bed. Another overlooked factor is stimulation right before sleep. Intense shows, heated conversations, or problem solving. Your brain doesn't switch gears instantly. Think of your last hour as a landing sequence. The calmer and more predictable it is, the less your nervous system has to scan for surprises. Moving to slide 8. Now let's break the cycle with a simple plan for what to do when anxiety hits in bed. First, name it. Literally say, "This is nighttime anxiety." Labeling reduces the brain's threat response. Second, remove the struggle. If you're tense and wide awake, give yourself permission to stop trying to sleep for a moment. Third, choose one anchor. It can be a slow exhale, a body point like your feet, or a neutral phrase. Keep it boring. Boring is good. Fourth, if you've been awake long enough that frustration is building, consider a reset outside the bed. Low light, quiet activity, nothing stimulating. The point is to break the association between bed and battle, then return when sleepiness comes back. Finally, treat any scary thought as a mental event, not a command. What if tomorrow is a disaster becomes, "I'm having the thought that tomorrow will be a disaster." That small distance can lower the heat quickly. Moving to slide 9. Longer term, the most effective change is rebuilding trust with sleep through consistency, not intensity. Keep a steady wake time most days, because wake time anchors your body clock. Get daylight earlier in the day if you can, because it strengthens the day-night rhythm. Build a short wind-down routine that you can repeat even on busy nights. Something like wash-up, dim lights, light stretching, then bed. Also schedule worry on purpose. That sounds strange, but a 10-minute worry appointment earlier in the evening can reduce the brain's need to ambush you at midnight. If you tend to ruminate, add one step. Write the next action, even if it's tiny. Action reduces uncertainty. Finally, if nighttime anxiety is frequent and intense, it can help to talk with a clinician. Approaches like CBT for insomnia and anxiety-focused therapy have solid evidence. You're not broken. You're training a system that learned to stay alert. Moving to slide 10. Let's close by putting it all together. Nighttime anxiety is usually a mix of conditioning, stress chemistry, and habits that keep your system on guard. The fastest relief comes from changing your relationship to the experience. Label it, stop wrestling with it, and give your body a calm signal. The biggest long-term win comes from predictable rhythms, steady wake time, a gentle landing sequence at night, and a place for worries to go before bed. If you try one thing tonight, try this. When the worry shows up, respond like a calm coach, not an emergency dispatcher. "I hear you. We're safe. We'll handle this tomorrow." If you want, tell me in the comments which is more true for you. A, your mind races with thoughts, or B, your body feels panicky with sensations. And if you'd like more practical mental health tools like this, subscribe. This information is not a substitute for medical advice.